Welcome back to the Game Dungeon, and today we're going to be talking about the consoles that we have here in the dungeon. I haven't really talked about what I have, and right now we're just in a little retro corner. Well, I don't like the word. Let's say the OG corner. And on the screen right here we have, of course, Mario Duck Hunt right here with the NES. You can see the NES is kind of chilling down there. I talked about Mario games already, and you know how those games kind of define the console. But the NES is the game system. If you're thinking about a game system, I'm thinking you're talking about Nintendo Entertainment System. And right here I have it plugged in, and have Duck Hunt here, which we could play if we wanted to. I have the Zapper here. It's Accessoryville with this console. Some games that I've been wanting to kind of beat here for this one. We have Dragon Quest 1, or as it released here, Dragon Warrior. And the battery still works on this. I don't know if it was replaced at some point, but it's got a couple save files, and I've been getting my own on there to try to beat it. So Nintendo is one of the guys we have here. Of course, I don't think you could really have a real good OG game room without a Nintendo. And it's really, I think, where everybody should start. And that's where Milo's going to start on his gaming journey as he picks up. Right here we got a little switch box, so I can just switch from console to console. Right here we got Bomberman Hero on the N64. N64 is a cool console. I didn't have it growing up. I had a PlayStation, which is sitting up there, although it's a PS1. And it has a bunch of games that I've never beaten before. These games always remind me of my friends, going around the neighborhood and playing other people's N64. I got this one from my brother, actually. He got it from a friend of his, and I bought it off him, and got a boatload of controllers. I've got a few good games. I want to get Bomberman 64 for the multiplayer, but this is a title I've never beaten before. It's an adventure Bomberman game, but you can't go wrong with N64. It's got some great games. We have the original Mario Party here, which I played a little bit with some friends recently, family and friends, and Ocarina of Time, a classic, pretty much the defining Zelda for many. I've got some others here. My favorite on the N64, Smash Brothers, for obvious reasons. If people who know me know that I love Super Smash Brothers. But this is one I don't play too much. There's a lot of multiplayer games, but it's one I really got to get through some of my backlog to see some of these games. This game has like one of the best soundtracks of all time, and I love Bomberman, so it's great. So, all right, we got next. What do we have next? No VMU found. Oh, that's weird. This hasn't found the VMU. I think my VMU, this is the Dreamcast. I think it's dead, or I have to replace the battery, or did I unplug it? I might have unplugged it. Not too much. This is the Dreamcast, and let's see if I can get this rolling and working here. Let's see. Unplug it here. So it's next. Life. Give life. There you are. There you go. And the cool thing about this is, if anybody's at a Dreamcast, you can see that it shows the game. This is the memory card, and it's like a little console in the console, like a little Game Boy that connects to the controller, the Dreamcast. Dreamcast is really cool because as a kid, only one friend of mine had one, Peyton Madla. You know who you're out there, brother. And it had some really cool looking RPGs, really cool Sega titles, last Sega console, and it looks really damn good. And it's unfortunate it didn't do better, but it has its place in history. And I don't have a lot of games, but one game that I am working on for this one is Shenmue. You can kind of catch there. Up here, I've got Sonic Adventure, and of course, you can see Soul Calibur 1 here. This is a fun game. The Soul Calibur series. I first started on the GameCube, but of course, it's got to start, I think, on the arcades, and then first ports were Saturn, maybe Saturn, but definitely Dreamcast. So that's one of the guys we have here. Let's see what's next. The Wii, which I used really primarily for Wii Fit, just to check my measurements. And I've got the sensor bar up here, kind of blends in with the Triforce that I have. And the Wii, I had this in its heyday. Everybody wanted this when it first came out. It was impossible to get one, and I was really lucky to have family that were able to grab one. And in the grand scheme of all the consoles I played, it's probably, I think, my least favorite Nintendo console, but it has some really good games on it. Of course, Smash Brothers Brawl, which I don't have here, but you can see some of the collection here with my mushroom and this thingy. We've got, Iron Man. That's just unbeatable. Nah, it's kind of a crappy game. Super Paper Mario is such a fun game in the Paper Mario series. What else have I played? Wii Fit, of course. Not a lot of my Wii games that I played are not here. These are actually a bunch that I got with the Wii. City Folk, I'm sure, is great. I'm a big Animal Crossing fan. I've touched a little bit. It's pretty fun. But most of these are kind of indicative of the kind of games that would come out on the Wii. There's a lot of third-party games, a lot of kiddie games, which aren't really my thing. In this era, I didn't really play the Wii, but for like the mainline Nintendo games. Like Mario and Sonic, everyone knows this game series kind of sucks, but it's all right. It's all right, and it's got its place in history, and certainly it was a bestseller. So the Wii's great, but usually I use it more as a tool for my physical stuff. What do we got here? This is our PlayStation 1. And it's asking for a controller. I'm not going to put it in. But I do like the PlayStation a lot. This was like, your first console you could actually play. And it's hidden in there because I need to get some new shelves. But there it is, just kind of the PS1. I actually prefer the original model, but I got this, and it's a great working console. Original memory card right here. And this is the new one I use for most of the new games. But this is the OG card. This is the game console where I got pretty much like a huge collection of games. It's that console you had when you were like 6, 7, 8, 9. You grew up on it. One of those childhood game consoles, and I have a lot of games here that are in their cases. A lot of these I got from auctions, and I like to have them preferably in their game cases. You have FF7, one of the only Final Fantasies I've beaten, and such a good game. Tekken 3, which is my favorite fighter of all time, traditional fighter. And then we have FF8, which I haven't played yet. Warcraft 2, which was pretty fun. I actually started playing this. You can get it on PC now, but it was pretty cool that it's on PlayStation. And then we got this guy, which is the family. This is not mine. This is the family PlayStation collection. So back then, you didn't really give a crap about keeping the boxes, and these jewel cases break so easily. But so we kept like a traditional CD case of all our games. Spider-Man 2 is a great one. This is a SpongeBob game. Ape Escape, which is classic. Jurassic Park, which is great. All the Crash Bandicoots. Crash Bandicoot was my favorite one of my first favorite game series. This is Woody Woodpecker Racing. That's a fun game. Frogger, which is fun. Good fighting game here. I got this from Dad. King of Fighters 99. I got it one day, and it introduced me to the King of Fighters series. Crash. These are the demo discs, which the PS1 was famous for. multiple crash copies because they would scratch up. We were bad with these. My first really foray to Mega Man was Mega Man X6. My buddy John Elizondo had X5, and I thought it was so cool, and somehow I got X6 after that. And we got the Capcom hint line. I never even noticed that. I'm gonna call that one day. Probably doesn't go anywhere. My first 007 game, Tomorrow Never Dies. That game it was okay. I wasn't very good at it. The Game of Life, it's a board game, video game. This is a lot of fun, but I don't think it works anymore. It's all scratched. Toy Story 2, which if you ever watch a Facebook video of video games, this game always pops up. It's like almost like hackneyed how many people like, oh, remember Toy Story 2? Yep, we do. You guys won't let us forget. This is a fun game. This doesn't work though, but this was like, it is basically, I think, a clone of Road Rash, which I had no idea what that was as a kid. And I don't know if it's a better version, but this game is like a racing game in various sports, skateboarding, luge, bicycling. And it is just a real fun game, but you can knock people off and hit them with bats, I think. And that was from a game called Road Rash, I think, originally. Crash Bash, multiple copies of Crash Bash. And Croc, who had his own little platformer, kind of mascotty PlayStation character. Dirty with years of kidness. And that's the family PlayStation CD case. So the PlayStation one, I've spoken a long time about that one because it is probably, out of all these so far, Nintendo, maybe besides Nintendo, but PlayStation have probably played most out of these so far, maybe Wii. And didn't forget Sega Genesis here, but on this one, it's not connected to a composite back here. It is RF, classic style, so you have to switch this guy to channel 3. And I have one of my first games ever played, Tiny Toons Adventures here. You can see it down there, plopped in the Genesis. And I could never beat this game, but I think it was just because I was a kid, because I was playing this recently, and it's just such an easy game. A lot of fun. It's kind of like Mario plus Sonic. Very good game. Genesis, first console I ever really played as a kid. Very first, very small, earliest memories playing games. Didn't have very long because I screwed up one of the connectors, or one of us screwed up the connectors in the back. Made it so we needed a replacement AC adapter, and I guess that was just too much effort for us as children. I had no idea how to fix that. As far as we knew, it was just broken. That was it. That was the end of the console. So we never played it again until much later in life, or through other people's friends. So yeah, that's these guys, but we're not done here. Going back to video 1, video 2, or maybe, no, it is video, actually, let's see. Yeah, video 2. System settings were lost. Calendar settings, choose reset settings now. Okay, well, something happened to my cube. That's new. The GameCube is another of those super important consoles. I'm gonna see what the hell's happening here, because I guess I killed it, so they didn't boot it up recently. This is another important time in your life. End of elementary school, beginning of middle school. This is when I had the GameCube. And I have, I guess, sure. I had this console as a child, and let's see, my memory card's still there, right? T7-2136. Yes, it is February 7th in the year 2136. That's correct. And my GameCube collection, I guess everything's all right now. It's pretty expansive, though this is not my original GameCube memory card. That's somewhere else. I have no idea where. But I've got a few save files here from games that I've put up here. I'm actually going to fix that real quick. I don't know why it says it's the year 2136. 2000. That's realistic. It doesn't exist for 2000. All right, let's go up 24 years. And is it the 7th? It is the 6th. That was close. And the time is not that. Oh, it's in that time. I don't care. Let's see. 12, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Well, now you know when I'm recording this. All right, cool. Anyways, my collection is up here. And a lot of these games are worth now hundreds of dollars because people artificially inflate the price of these things because they're stupid and they try to make people think that GameCube games are worth $150, $200 to like $1,000 for some of these titles. When they're not, they're worth as much or less than what they were when we paid for them. Anyone who tells you different is a liar, believes in fake inflation, and really is just trying to scam you. And I'll tell you what, a lot of these I had as a kid, some of them I bought recently, and I've never paid over $50 for any of these things. So don't believe it. These ones always cost more, and these are some really good titles. You know, Pokemon Coliseum, Spider-Man 2, this was revolutionary. Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes, this is one of my favorite Metal Gear Solid games. Gauntlet, played the butt out of this game. The 2 Sonic Adventure games. Melee, which is my favorite on the GameCube. Custom Robo, an awesome title. Paper Mario. They're remaking this one on Switch, so thankfully this won't be worth as much, hopefully nowadays. But it is a great, great console. So that's the GameCube. This video is running long, so I'm going to kind of fast forward a little bit. Last is the Xbox, and it's going ape. I guess I'm pressing the controller. Didn't have this. My friend Manny did. I never touched the Xbox really, unless his house a couple times. And of the 3, oh, you know what? I didn't even think about it. PlayStation 2 is up here too. Of the 3 of this generation, which are all right here, PS2, Xbox, and PlayStation 2, it's the weakest. It was brand new, and I'm sorry, forgot that we have another guy down here. It was the weakest of the 3, but it was brand new, and it had some fun titles like Max Payne, but I don't know if Max Payne was on anything else, but this game is so fun and very cool. I've got a lot of Xbox titles, though. Came with the console mostly. Halo, of course, can't be Halo. Some other things here that I really haven't touched. But Narnia, you know. No, Max Payne is great. And Xbox is fun. It's kind of wonky control. I'm still not even used to it. But it's a fun one. And then we have... let's see. I'm unsure where the PS2 is hooked up to. That's the Wii. Well, one of these is not connecting right. And someone's clicking down here. This Dreamcast is Wii, GameCube, Xbox. One of these is Saturn, one of these is PS2. And I don't know if it's just disconnected. But I'm going to just turn it off. But I'll talk about these last 2. This is the Saturn right here. He doesn't have a proper place on a shelf because I don't have any room. But he's my newest guy here. Oh, you know what? Of course Saturn's not here. Saturn's on here. PlayStation 2. Amazing console I got after the fact. I didn't play it during its generation. I played it when the 360 and stuff were out. And you can see I have many, many PS2 games because it had some of the best titles. And they're not even worth a lot. Not like the GameCube. Some of these are like way better than GameCube games, but they're a lot cheaper to find too. Although most of these I've already had before. I didn't buy many of these. Metal Gear Solid, Dragon Quest 8, I need to come beat that. Kingdom Hearts series, the Jack series, you know, Ratchet and Clank series. This game, Lord of the Rings, is a lot of fun. I've got to play Eco, which I've had forever. Final Fantasy X, which I will beat one day. Final Fantasy 12, or 11 rather, which is an MMO that basically doesn't work anymore, but you could play it on broadband on your PS2 if you had that, which I did not. This game, Hulk Ultimate Destruction, is the greatest superhero game ever. This game here actually is worth a lot. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And people love this game. It's a great fighter, but I don't know why people want to overvalue it on this console in particular. Yeah, great games for that. And then we have the Saturn here, and I have to replace the battery. I always have to tell its time, and you know what year it is. It still thinks that it's 1994. That it survived. Sorry about that. You can see the game here is Virtua. No, I think it's Virtua Fighter. This is the Saturn. This is no, I'm sorry. Yeah, like I said, this is the newest console I have here, and it's a good one. I need more games for there are a few titles that I want for this. I'm glad I got Virtua 2, which will load. There you are. And it's a fun fighter, but a hard fighter. I couldn't get past the second damn stage in this game. So that's a good one. So, seeing as this lasted a lot longer than I thought I could cover all these in a short amount of time. These are all of the consoles that I play on standard definition, meaning on like an older television, not to like this guy with the widescreen HD, HDR, 4K. So I hope you got an idea about what is just crawling over here in the dungeon. And saw some errors with my GameCube. I don't know what the hell happened with its internal clock or whatever. I guess that's what happens with some of these guys as time passes by. There's some wear and tear, but they are great consoles, and got some great games from them. And I think they're always best played on the TV that they were designed for. So that's why I got 2 of these puppies, because I'm eventually going to need them. I'm going to replace all of this, what's going on here, with one uniform shelf soon. Yeah, that's it for this video. Next time I'll cover everything that's over there that has, for the most part, an HDMI adapter that will allow it to play on a big screen. And that's it for today. Thanks for visiting the dungeon, and game on.